Hello and welcome to marketing91.com. In this video, we are going to cover the topic on brand repositioning. Let's start with the introduction. The act of altering the way the clients perceive your company is called brand repositioning. There are various ways to achieve brand repositioning. It could be done by changing the personality, changing the message, or even by changing the product. The idea of brand repositioning is to maintain the identity of the brand that has been established with a few changes, modification, and tweaks. Moving further, let's look at the advantages of brand repositioning. First, repositioning works in an extremely effective and sophisticated manner. It picks up the best things about your brand. Next, it throws away the things that are not working for the brand. Further, the gaps created by this cleansing process are then filled with updated perspectives and messaging. It gives a new brand promise and at times a new personality. If developed effectively and executed successfully, it results in revived customer perception. And finally, this helps the brand gain a distinction from the rest and compete more effectively. Moving on, now let's look at the reasons for repositioning a brand. First, target a distinct audience. The initial target audience may no longer be feasible. Next, products and services offered have evolved. It is possible that new products and services may have been added or the products and services being offered may have changed. A new brand promise needs to reflect this. Third, competitors are offering better value. Competition keeps increasing with each passing year. It may so happen that competitors start offering better value propositions. In such a case, to keep up and not lose customers, a brand may need to change their value propositions. Next, sales are trending downwards. The decline in sales would be the most apparent reason to entertain the idea of repositioning the brand. In this situation, the change would be necessary to stop the steady downwards falls of sales. Next, your strategic direction is changing. Brand repositioning comes in handy when a notable change in the current strategic direction is needed. For instance, it would help if you're a product-based brand looking to revamp into a service-based brand. And finally, failed extensions are tainting your brand. It could sometimes prove to be fatal if a brand overextends. This failure to extend can have a significant damaging impact on the central brand. This could potentially impact everything negatively, right from the customer's perception of the brand to the internal morale of the company. Looking at an example of Marlboro, in the 1950s, Marlboro cigarettes were used by women more. To change the situation and the perception, Marlboro cigarettes repositioned the brand and inaugurated the Marlboro Man. These marketing attempts were made to lure in the male audience. Moving on to some examples now, starting with McDonald's. The image of McDonald's has been dragged down over the years. It has been considered a brand that is unhealthy and lowbrow. In an attempt to shed this harmful image, McDonald's tried to rebrand itself as a more healthy, conscious restaurant chain. They added a lot of salads and various other healthier meal options. They even offered low-price menu items. Under its two slogans, first, I'm loving it, having an original tune by Justin Timberlake, and what we are made of, McDonald's shows families and couples having a good time with their meals at the restaurants. They also tried to attract the coffee-loving crowd with its more expensive and fancier premium coffee. Moving on to the next example of Old Spice. Introduced in 1938, the brand Old Spice has been associated with elderly gentlemen. In 2008, Old Spice and Whedon plus Kennedy started a new campaign, the Old Spice Swagger. This campaign managed to entirely change the face of the brand. This resulted in a change in their customer demographic too. Their advertising campaign included TV spots, print ads, and an interactive website named swaggerizeme.com. This new campaign yielded 4 times the sale of the product. Moving further, Whedon plus Kennedy also helped them restore their line of fragrant body washes. They released the Smell Like a Man campaign in 2010. The campaign featuring NFL player Isaiah Mustafa strengthened Old Spice status as a modern brand. One ad in specifically containing the memorable lines, "Look at your man, now back at me, I'm on a horse," got millions of views online. The sales of Old Spice body wash has increased by 27% within the first 6 months of the campaign's launch. Old Spice thus became the category leader. Moving on to the next example of Starbucks. Starbucks was launched by Jerry Baldwin, Dave Segal, and Gordon Boker in the year 1971. In the early 80s, it became profitable for the first time in Seattle. Starbucks had almost 6,000 stores by 2002 worldwide. In 15 years, it showed a staggering growth of 300%. But the chain had to bear a loss of 28% in profits over the next 2 years in the financial crisis of 2008, and Starbucks had to close about 1,000 stores. When Americans started seeing coffee as a commodity in 2008 and were switching to cheaper alternatives like McDonald's, Starbucks needed a new game plan. That's when Starbucks teamed up with an ad agency named BBDO to convince people that the brand was worth the extra cost. It launched a multi-million-dollar campaign, Coffee Values and Values. It was the largest marketing campaign in the history of Starbucks. This once again made Starbucks coffee the headliner of the show. Its ad copy included lines like, "If your coffee isn't perfect, we'll make it over. If it's still not perfect, you must not be in Starbucks," as well as, "Beware of a cheaper cup of coffee, it comes with a price." This huge campaign concentrated on the integrity of its central product, the coffee. The way Starbucks was able to resuscitate its brand and its business, the company thus announced more than $16 billion in yearly revenue in 2014. Moving on to the last example of Apple. Apple Computers was originally a computer company in the 80s and 90s. Apple reinvented itself into a lifestyle brand with the introduction of the iPod. Apple advertisements portrayed people from all stages of life using Apple products. Finally, the brand ditched computers from its name and successfully repositioned itself in the perception of consumers. Another example of Apple is Apple's Get a Mac campaign. The goal of the commercial was to correlate PC, namely Windows users, with the unpopular nerd cliché, at the same time depicting Apple Mac users as youthful, imaginative, impressive, and lucky. Apple saw lower sales in 2005-2006, but just after the campaign, Apple saw an addition of 200,000 Macs sold. Apple announced by the end of July 2006 it had sold 1.3 million Macs. Apple had an all-round boost in sales of 39% for the fiscal year ending of September 2006. So that's it, folks. This brings an end to the topic on brand repositioning. These are some of the sources and links referred to for the content in the video. If you've liked the video, do subscribe to our channel. If you want to view these videos in an organized manner, you can visit freecourses.net, where all our videos are arranged in the form of courses. Thank you and see you in the next video.